The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And hi there, my name is Ron Juckett, and tonight we're going to teach you how to play 2nd and 10 football. I'm not going to go through the options. If you want something that kind of goes through all those, and there's a whole laundry list of things that we can go through, game setup and yada, 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 I'd be happy to do that at some point. But I think that this is one of the most underappreciated games on the market. It's been out for nearly 20 years. I think it could use a refresh, personally. But it is one of the best football games out there. And for your money, a one-time purchase gets you every NFL season from 1932 on. It gives you 5,800 college teams. Also even gives you a full schedule for 1982 if you want to play that strike shortened year. So it's all there and ready for you. And so I want to go through, and we're going to play a game. We're going to play the opening game of the 1988 season between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. And I'm going to play the 49ers. And the AI, which is very good, is going to play the Saints. And we got a couple tricks for you up the sleeve. And so we're going to take a look at the main screen and go from there. So here is, once you choose the game, the kind of the splash screen. San Francisco is favored by 8 points over New Orleans. You see the key players, the San Francisco ones on the left, 100. It'd be kind of like an ERA plus or an OPS plus. It's based on 100, so the higher you are, the more valuable player you are. Joe Montana's rating is 152. Roger Craig, 139. Tim McKyer, 138. It's early in Jerry Rice's career. He's 138. And Charles Haley is rated at 119. The Saints aren't as good, but they do have some good players. Bobby Hebert, the Raging Cajun quarterback, 136. Eric Martin, 132. Lonzel Hill, the wide receiver punt returner, 113. Dalton Hilliard is 111. And Vaughn Johnson at 109. The ratings you see on the left are based on how they compare all time. So it goes on a 1 through 8 scale. Joe Montana's passing is rated a 7. Hebert is rated a 6. Long threat, a 6 for San Francisco, a 1 for New Orleans. Quarterback protection, again, 1 through 8. Rushing, 1 through 8. Special teams, kicking, 4s and 5s. Punting, 3s. San Francisco doesn't really do a good job returning kicks. That red is a 2. New Orleans a 3. Punt returns, 4 and 5. Both teams can pick off the football. San Francisco a 7. New Orleans a 6. 5-3 fumbles and others. They're not very big with the penalties. So that tells you some information right there and should give you an indication of how the game should be called. We flip for the toss. I have won the toss. And we don't defer. So welcome to the Superdome for today's game. The New Orleans Saints are hosting the San Francisco 49ers. Morton Anderson will kick. They are -9 kick return defense, which isn't very good. Doug DuBose and John Taylor are back to return. Taylor is rated a 6 and DuBose is rated a 5, although DuBose will get the majority of the returns. We kick off, and DuBose is forced out at the 23. There we go. And so, remember, this is a game of dice rolls. And so what you see here is the kickoff. Essentially, we're using 4 10-sided die, okay? The first 2, the 72, tells where the ball is kicked to. And the 8 and the 7 have to do with defense. And then we roll again for the kickoff return. And again, the lower the number on those first 2 10-sided die, the better. The better the return. And then the 6 and the 3. And then you can see the defense is -9 plus 50, 95. Plus, there is a table for everything. So what does that mean? Well, the computer is checking, and I'll just leave that up here. It just tells you that we went to the long return table for the kickoff, and then we rolled again on that D1 17 to 20, and it tells you that it was a 5 and it was a 20 plus. So that's how it read that. Okay, so 1st and 10 for San Francisco. So up on the upper left there, it says San Francisco 49ers plays. We haven't run any plays yet. Fumble, the rating is 32 and 50. Penalties are 1, and close game factor, that will come in handy in the 4th quarter. If this is within 7 points, San Francisco will lose 1.4 points from all the ratings you see there. So the players in yellow are the ones that are on the field. Let's look at Roger Craig first. He's a halfback. The CG is carries per game, and Rodgers should get about 19 carries per game. The second column, the WH, is called workhorse. And depending on how many times they run, that A will have to do with how a player is keyed. And if, let's say, Craig runs the ball 30, 40 times, fatigue will start to show up and that A will drop down. The RT is rating. And the higher the rating, the better of a runner they are. So Craig is a 14 rating. I think it's like from 1 to 30. FM is fumbles. So his fumble rating is a 48. The LG is long. We'll get to that as we go along through the game. Again, this is all based on dice rolls. And the 2 plays you can call on the run early on are runs and draws. It's different from Action PC where it gives you the off tackle left and off tackle right and all that. Trust me, this works. The R you see before the running backs is rest. And at some point, they're going to have to set out 5 plays. They don't have to do it consecutively, but they're going to need to be off the field 5 times. The base formation for San Francisco, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. Jerry Rice and Mike R. Wilson are the receivers. Jerry Rice should get 4 catches a game. PR, again, it's the same as the workhorse. He can run end around 13 times over the course of a year. And those yellow numbers, there's several pass plays you can run. You can use a long, a medium long, a medium short, and a short. And the higher the number is the base completion percentage. So if I wanted to go a medium short to Rice, I have a base of 77% chance of making that completion. So we'll go through these as we go along. John Taylor, the 3rd receiver. Ron Heller, the tight end. Roger Craig and Tom Rathman can also make catches out of the backfield. So let's count. And Joe Montana, nice airbrush picture of Joe, beautiful hair. He should throw about 25 times a game. He has a scramble rating of 6 and a sneak rating of C. We'll get to the rest of that in a little bit. That hurry number, that HUR is hurry. Oh, we'll just get to that when we're going through. So I'm going to throw it about 25 times, and I have 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 16, 17, maybe 18 completions per game before I have to worry about fatigue and all that. So 1st and 10, and the ball is at the San Francisco 31, and so I'm going to go a medium short pass, and that pop-up is not popping up on the screen that I see. It averages about 10 yards if it's complete. New Orleans goes back in a deep zone. They're going to throw. That should be Montana's forced. It's going to go to a new receiver. That should be a good one. Mike Wilson on a medium pass. It is caught at the 39. And that's not going to be a very good... Well, he's going to get about 10 yards. They're going to measure. And is it? It's a 1st down. All right, so I'm going to enlarge this. The numbers on the right are the dice rolls, and that's how it figures it out. Every game does some sort of hidden dice roll thing. And the thing with the open game engine is that you can see how the game determines each result. You can kind of do that in Action PC. There's a play analysis that tells you what the percentages are and such. And of course, if you play Stratomatic or APA football, you know where the results are coming from. So let's go through this. The initial pass call to Craig, the first roll was a 43, and so it should have been a completed pass to Craig. But that 9 and 4 is above the 83 in the hurry. You see the hurry rating is 83. So I go to the 94, and then it re-rolls a 100-sided die or 210-sided die to get 91. And so that tells the computer it's going to go to the secondary receiver. And so in this case, it shows Mike Wilson as a secondary receiver. Some of that was there. He got it. And then it rolls again for the completion. And 95 is not very good. And again, we can look at all this on the table for the pass completion chart. And it just shows what it was. It's 9 yards plus 0 divided by 1. So it's 9. And then on the bottom here, you can see what the hurry rating was, which is 83. And the sack rating, initially 32, plus 4, because it was a pass short. New Orleans was playing a zone for a 37. And then you can see the interception there was 100. He would have had to have rolled a 100 on that initial passing to have it picked off. And then the completion, 57.7, and it was a 61. And then we read the yardage from line 10. Confused? Well, that's the football game pretty much in a nutshell. So for the rest of this series, we're just going to not show this box up close, but that's essentially how the game interprets things. So 1st and 10 from the San Francisco 41. I'm going to run Roger Craig. Deep zone for New Orleans. It should work in my favor. But it really shouldn't. He goes up the middle for a gain of 3. They weren't keying me, but the 72 roll isn't very good. I'll show that. And it just shows what the initial defense was. So it goes from 14 to 12. And again, it ran an inside run. And that's that table. It's all working off charts and dice. And that's the run table. So 2nd and 7. I'm going to call a run to Tom Rathman. Saints go all-purpose. The double Rice. Rathman, that's a decent roll. Bruce Clark with the tackle after a gain of 3. So it'll make it 3rd down and 4 from the San Francisco 47. So what am I going to call on 3rd down? Medium short to Craig. New Orleans doubles Rice. Uh-oh, this is a bad pass. Should be thrown into a crowd. It shouldn't be picked off. Off the hands of Craig at midfield. Deflects it near Ricky Jackson. And it should hit the ground, and it falls incomplete. A lesser quarterback, that would have been a pickoff. And I'll leave that on the field for a second. So 4th and 4 from the San Francisco 47. Barry Helton is ready to 5. And if New Orleans rolls 100, it's a block. Wanzel Hill is there. So 4th and 4, we're just going to punt. This is not a good punt. I won't see the roll till after. Hill has it at the 20. Looking for room. And does he get... Oh, he got back to where he caught the ball. It's a 33-yard punt. That isn't very good. Okay. So on defense, the default call is all-purpose. The defense is neither expecting the run or the pass. It's a neutral defense which generally has no effect on the play called. It has negative effects on draw plays and screen passes since the success of those plays is based on the defense playing for the pass. An all-purpose defense allows either a key on the running back or double coverage of a receiver. It does not allow for the use of an extra defensive back, and I wouldn't want to do that in a first down anyway. So in the upper left there, Bobby Hebert is telling me the statistics. He's got 2 running backs, Dalton Hilliard and Craig Ironman Hayward. Then this formation there is going to be good for about 18 carries. And they're about average runners. 10's about average. Craig Hayward is a better long runner. He's rated a 7 as opposed to Hilliard. I can double a receiver if I want. Eric Martin has a 67 rating on a medium pass, which is pretty good. Robert Clark is my other wide receiver. He's mediocre. John Tice, the tight end. Good numbers. Hilliard and Hayward get about 3 catches out of the backfield. So I can know from this that Hebert does not have any super deep threats. There's no long there. It's medium long. And so for this, I'm just going to call a regular all-purpose play. I'm not sure what New Orleans is going to do. There's a flag on the play. Somebody jumped on New Orleans, I believe. Illegal shift by New Orleans. It'll be second down or 1st and 15. Okay, so the same defense again. Lonzel Hill is now in the game as a wide receiver. So no changes. To me, this kind of, plays a bit like chess. It tells you what to expect, and it's up to you to kind of interpret that. So again, 1st and 15, I'm not going to blitz. I'm just going to play a neutral and see what happens. Hebert back in the pocket. I'm going to flush him at 95, so it goes to a second receiver. No, he's sacked by Daniel Stubbs. The ball pops loose and recovered by Larry Roberts for San Francisco at the 8. So I turn it over, and you see the picture of Daniel Stubbs go up on the screen. Okay, so let's try to go through what all this means. Ignore the 79. The hurry number there is 9 and 5. I don't remember what Hebert's number is. And so that tells me that the quarterback was hurried. The hurry roll was a 90, and then it rolled for a sack, and that 44 was within the sack rating. The 2 and the 6 tell me how much yardage was lost on the sack and who did the sack. Then there was a fumble check, and the 28, and then the 1 and the 4 tell me who got the fumble and where they recovered it. And then the fumble recovery, which I believe, if I looked, is going to be what the table is. Yep. So that's the sack yardage table. Again, it's all on the die, and it reads it by line. I don't know if he could have gotten a safety with a really bad number, but that's what that 44 roll is. All right, 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Short pass to Roger Craig. New Orleans doing the run blitz. Might be a flag on this. Craig has it at the 8. He should get in with that. No one's in his way, and that's a touchdown. A 1 in that second number after the 18 is usually a penalty check. So he wasn't hurried. Completion, and that's a touchdown. And that stuff at the bottom of the screen, that's a show your math type deal. And that's how the computer got the result. Kofor's rating, if he rolls a 1 to 98, that's good. It is. And the turnover is costly. So Kofor makes it 7-0. Mel Gray and Dalton Hilliard. And we're going to kick it deep. You can do a deep, a squib, or an onside. And that will be a touchback. All right. So, the all-purpose seemed to work. We forced a turnover and all that. Ruben Mays is in the backfield with Craig Hayward. Again, a 10 runner and all that. So, Abear's hurry rating is an 87. So, we'll try to explain that a little bit better as we go along. Again, fakes the handoff, but he's going to run it himself, and that's not very good. The higher the number there, you see the 87. The higher the number, the less of a chance it's going to work. You want low numbers there. So, 2nd down and 11. Okay, we've done some all-purpose, and now I want to blitz. I think I got Abear on the ropes. So, a linebacker blitz. This defense is attempting to pressure the quarterback by sending a linebacker to rush the passer. Shorter completed passes will go for more yardage because there's one less defensive player available in the areas the linebacker would normally cover. This effect can be reduced by playing tight coverage, but that makes the defense even more vulnerable for longer passes than blitzing a linebacker with standard coverage. All that. No keys or double coverage are allowed unless the defense has an extra back. I'm not going to put nickel back in on 2nd and 11. I do know that I only have one running back, and that's Hilliard. So we're going to run a 3 wide receiver set. I'm not going to play it tight. Just a standard linebacker blitz. Let's see if we can hurry Abear here. Charles Haley is doing the blitzing. I didn't blitz. Quick toss to Hill. That should be complete. Hill has it at the 17. He should get some running room there. He sheds his defender. That 32 is a key. Then Tom Homo brings him down for a 12-yard gain, and Uncle Ron got... This is why I don't play defense. So 1st and 10, I'm going with a run defense. The defense is expecting a run. The free safety is disregarding his responsibilities for pass coverage and is up near the line of scrimmage, playing for the run, making the defense vulnerable to longer passes. No double coverage is allowed. This defense should always be accompanied by a run key on a running back. Okay, so I can key a running back. That's what the RK means. So I'm expecting Dalton Hilliard to get the carry. Do they? A flag on the play. It won't matter. False start. Offense. Still 1st down. Well, isn't that special? I'm going to play all-purpose. I don't know what they're going to do. I forgot what... they're playing 3 wide. I should have played nickel. Hilliard on a run, and that won't go anywhere. That 91 is a good giveaway. The lower the number on a run on that first chunk of numbers here, you see the 91 on the... You see the 91 on the screen there. That, it tells me that that's not very good. And so I'm going to have 2nd and 16. All right. Now, we've already done a linebacker blitz. I got burned by that. I'm going to go standard zone. The defensive line is rushing the passer, and the linebackers and defensive back are dropping into zone coverage. However, the drops are not very deep, unlike the deep zone coverage described below. A standard zone provides some protection against longer passes, but makes the defense somewhat vulnerable to short and medium short. No keys or double coverage are allowed because the defense isn't using man-to-man. I don't want to bring a nickel back out there, so we're just going to run a standard zone. I'm expecting a throw on 2nd and long. I think that was the right call. Medium short to Martin, complete to Martin. Well, maybe not. No, that was not the right call. It gets 3. That 13 on the completion. It means he got some yardage. Did he get 16? Ronnie Lott brought him down after a gain of 14. Boo! Watching Hilliard on the run. 3rd and short, you can run out of that. 9:42 to go in the opening quarter, 7-0 San Francisco. Give us to Hilliard. I got it right. Oh, and I think, yep. Now, Michael Carter was keyed, and he'll make the tackle. And so they're going to punt here in a second. So it's a good thing I did that, because that 6 and that 6.93 would have been he would have run for a while. But I was keying him. Is there a table here? Yes. So if I hadn't been keying Hilliard, he would have gotten 7.5 yards. Because I was playing the run defense, it would have gone down to 6 yards. That's what the yellow box is. But because I was keying him, he got nothing and liked it. So New Orleans will punt. They go 5 plays, 19 yards, and take 3:32 off the clock. And I'm just going to play for a normal punt. Brian Hansen is ready to return it. He booms it to Shreveport down at the 6 for a 55-yard punt. So San Francisco starts from their own 6-yard line. Okay. Draw to Craig. New Orleans playing tight man-to-man. They show blitz. I want to get it away from my goal. Yep, kitchen sink blitz. Montana just hands it off. This should work if it's a low number. Craig has it. 51, 4-5 yards. Harris Barton with a block. Craig gets through the line, and it's 4 yards before Jumpy Geathers makes the tackle. And so now I have some room to operate. I'm going to take Wilson out. I'm going to play John Taylor. And it gives Rathman on a run on 2nd and 6. I got too many men on the field, so I am forced to call a timeout. Is there a dice? There's no dice number with that, so that's some random thing that the computer does behind the scenes. All right, so still 2nd and 6. I'm on the 10. I still want to run a play to Rathman, which is a good call because New Orleans is playing in the deep zone. 61, he gets out of the backfield and fights hard for those 3 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 3, halfway through the first quarter. All right, medium pass to Rice is the call I'm going to make. 65 is my completion percentage before adjustments. And the pop-up you can't see is that it should be about 15 yards if complete. So 3rd and 3. Saints are playing for the run blitz. That's exactly what I wanted. He got a good number, so it will be complete to Rice at the 21. Now the completion number, oh, that's good. 20's good. Dave Weimer closes quickly and holds me to 15 yards. 1st and 10 for San Francisco at their own 28. So here's what it read. First on the right, the pass number, 22. And that tells me, so if you look at where the comp is, the completion percentage, I had a 65% chance of completing that pass. I rolled a 22, so it's good. Montana wasn't hurried. The long pass defense wasn't great. And then the completion run after the catch was a 20. I hit the table button. And voila, it shows what it would be. And you see where the yellow box is for 15.5 yards. So 1st and 10. I'm going to run it to Craig on 1st down. Again, New Orleans is playing for the pass. Mr. Craig gets a big run here because it's a 9, and he's into the secondary and is hit at the 39 by Van Jakes. Is there a flag? No. So 1st and 10 for San Francisco, 6:06 to go. And play Brent Jones as a tight end. I don't like that. The rest thing. But that's just me. So Rathman's had a couple carries, and I'm going to go with Craig again. New Orleans plays soft man-to-man. They double Rice. Craig, another good run here. He gets 8 yards before he runs into Pat Swilling. So ground and pound the key here. And the dice are going my way. I'm going to do a short pass to Brent Jones on second down. Remember, New Orleans is playing a run defense. So they watch for the run. I'm going to throw. Should be complete to Brent Jones. It is at the 45. He should get some yards there. He breaks free until he's brought down by Sam Mills after a gain of 7. First down at the New Orleans 46. Now, because I used Brent Jones and used his catch, he now has a pass rating of F. Here's the table. So if Jones is doubled, that limits what I can use him for. I can't the game will not allow me to overuse running backs and receivers without penalty. It's one of the things that I don't like about the game, but it's fair for both teams. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 46. Let's do an end around for Jerry Rice. They watch Craig on the run. He fakes it to Rathman. Let's see what we get for a dice roll. Rice finds some room on the outside. 40. This is going to work. Over to 30. This is really going to work. He's pushed out at the 22. He gets 24 yards. He rolled a 4 on a D chart. And 20-plus yards. That's pretty good. So theoretically, I could do it again. But you can see when it says risk-reward, if I had, let's say, rolled a 94, it would have been -3. He would have been tackled. So again, everything in this game works off of these tables. So 1st and 10 from the New Orleans 22. Roger Craig on a run. A run blitz here, so I got to be careful. Give us to Craig. 34. He gets to the 18. It's still a 4-yard carry. 2nd and 6. They weren't keying him. You can't do that on a run blitz. So 8 plays, 76 yards, and 4 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock. Now, what do I want to do? I'm going to go to Rathman on a medium short. So I know my completion percentage should be about 69%. New Orleans is playing the run. They're watching Craig. So again, I call the right play. It will be complete. Rathman will get it at the 13. So it's a gain of 5. Oh, he's going to score. He's going to score, and San Francisco is up on New Orleans 13-0. That 5, that first number 5, again, that goes in the completion chart. And he just ran out there. So, you missed the pop-up. So 9 plays, 94 yards, 4:51 off the clock. And Kofor is going to kick the extra point. And it is good. So San Francisco now leads 14-0. And Mel Gray and Gene Atkins. I have 3 options here. Deep, squib, and onside. Kick it deep, Mr. Kofor. Atkins at the 3. Gets around 1, but can't get past the 2nd, and is hit at the 23. So not a bad return. So 14-0. I'm going to go all-purpose on first down. Buford Jordan is the other running back, but he's not going to run it very well here. I could key Ruben Mays or double covered a receiver. I'm just going to let this go. A-Bear. That's not a good number. Oh, but he's going for the running back on a quick pass. He's got it at the 21. Going to get some room and got about 10 yards. Darn it. Tim McKyer shoved him out at the 23. Is it a first down? Yes. Yes, it is. That doesn't work. Dalton Hilliard all by himself. So we're going to play all-purpose, but key for the run here. Going to throw it. But he's going to, oh, it can take Eric Martin. He wasn't hurried. Martin at the 35, and he's nailed after catching the pass, but doesn't go down until Charles Haley brings him down to the 46. So again, they go short, they play West Coast, and they get 13 yards and a first down. Two running backs set. Brett Perriman is the other receiver. I'm going to play standard man-to-man. The defense is expecting a pass with a lineman attempting to rush the passer, and the linebackers and defensive backs in pass coverage. Unlike the bump and run defense, the defensive backs are playing slightly off the line of scrimmage. Thus, this defense is most effective against medium passes. More than one receiver can be doubled if I'm using extra DBs. I'm not, because it's 1st and 10. He's gone to the year twice. I'm now playing for the pass. Here comes, not a great number. It's a short pass to Perriman. He has it at midfield, and he got 13 yards because he drew a good completion percentage. Yak number. That 13 was pretty good. So I called the right play, but could not get a hurry on him. They've gone to the air because they're behind by 14 points. I go back to the all-purpose. I think they're going to run, but I don't want to get burned in the air. Hayward again to the outside. Bless his heart. Catches it at the 35, and will get out of bounds after a gain of 12. So Hebert is ducking and chucking all over the field. Clock stopped a minute 58. All right, percentages says they're going to run the ball at some point. Ruben Mays is who I'm going to watch for. Is he going to throw again? He won't get very far. Medium short to Eric Martin, and Martin fell as he made the catch. So we'll have another roll to see if that was actually a catch. No. Second and flag on the play. That one is a penalty check, and it is holding on San Francisco. Great. Pass interference. No, it's on San Francisco. So New Orleans will get a first down. At the 25, because that's where the flag was. Automatic first down. Penalty is accepted. So New Orleans with a minute 49. Is there a table? There's no table here, so I can't show you that. All right. I'm going to watch Dalton Hilliard, but play an all-purpose. Flag on the play. Is this going to be a run? What is it? No. Delay a game on New Orleans. Back them up 5. Be 1st and 15. So the ball's on the 30. Hayward's already made his catch. So what that means is I can do an all-purpose, and if he throws to Hayward again, I can shut that down. So I'm going to do an all-purpose, but key on Hayward. Quarter snap. Oh, the center. Hand off to Dalton Hilliard. Hilliard around the right side. I made the wrong call. He runs for 5 and gets out of bounds. 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10. There's only a blocking tight end here. So I'm going to double the wide receiver Eric Martin. I'm expecting a throw here. But I haven't guessed right yet. And that's a run to Hayward. Great. Although that's not a great number. So 3rd down and 8. I'm going to go bump and run. I'm expecting a short pass. The defense is expecting a shorter pass, and the defensive backs are lined up tight on the wide receivers. Linemen are set to rush the passer, making this defense not as vulnerable to longer passes as the all-purpose with tight coverage. It is a valuable defense against an offense which features a short passing attack. This pass rush, in quotes, by the defensive line makes the defense more susceptible to all running plays, especially draws. If an offense has just one deep threat, it can be used to call a bump and run and double cover this receiver. More than one receiver can be doubled if extra DBs are used with this defense. So that means I'm going to go with the nickel, double Martin, and double Hill. Abear to throw, draw play to Hilliard. Got 7. We're going to go for it. So, I'll tell you what they're going to do here in a second. The rating line there in the bottom, it would have been a 10. And it still hasn't told me what they're doing yet. Come on. Okay, the rating there was a 10 for the run for Hilliard. But because I had the 2 defensive backs, it gives a +5 bonus, which is why I was really vulnerable to that run play. And instead, it went from a 10 to a 15. And because of the defense, it went from reading line 8 to line 5. And so it was just a bad call by me. Not like I haven't done that before. And... oh, they're going for it. They didn't tell me what to do. He's going to throw. No, Hayward, it's going to be complete. At the 16. Hit him. Maybe. No, at the 11. That sucked. So New Orleans went for it on 4th down, and that's the end of the first quarter. Well, that sucks. So 14-0 San Francisco. Abear is 7 for 7. Again, I'm terrible at calling defenses here. I do good against the run, and I've sucked against the pass. Montana 5 for 6 for 58. Craig 5 carries for 30. Rathman 2 for 6, and Jerry Rice on that end around. And that's the drive. And here's the team stats. I'm going to play one more quarter, and then we'll quick sim the second half. Because I'm already at 43 minutes to play the first quarter. Alright, so 1st and 10. You can see how the change ends here. Just going to play an all-purpose. Play action from Ale. Tosses it to Robert Clark on the end around at the 11. That's a gutsy call. He bounces the play to the outside, but Ronnie Lott will bring him down for a gain of 2. Roll to 71. 2nd and 8. Okay, you can't play a prevent zone or a deep man-to-man. So I'm just going to... no, actually, you know what? Tight on the receivers here. The defense is neither expecting a run nor a pass. However, the defensive backs are lined up tight on the wide receivers. This is a good defense against medium short or short passes, but the defense is weak against medium or longer. Considering I'm on the 9, I'm not really cared about the medium pass. It allows either a key on a running back or double coverage of a receiver. It does not allow for the use of a nickel back, and that's fine in 2nd down. So do I want to watch for Hilliard? I'm going to watch for Hilliard on the pass. Flag on the play. Go once the second number. And offside. Encroachment on the defense. Half the distance, so it'll be second down and 4. All right, now we got 2 running backs, a tight end, and 2 wide receivers. I don't think the wide receivers are going to get the ball. I'm going to key for Hilliard on the run from the 5-yard line. So run by Dalton Hilliard. The key didn't work. Limited to 3 yards. Now this game, now it does have a short yard defense. So 3rd and 1 from the 2. We're doing a 2 tight end set, so I'm expecting a run. This defense is expecting a run. All linebackers and defensive backs are near the line of scrimmage playing for the run. No double coverage is around. This defense should always be accompanied by a run key on a running back. We're going to key Ruben Mays. Now, there's a short yards rating on all these players. And Mays, that's the SY. Mays is a 9. So 3rd and goal from the 2. Or 3rd and a yard from the 2. We were looking for Mays. The give is to Mays. No, it's a play-action pass, and that's a touchdown. Nicely done. The completion percentage doesn't matter. It's a 2-yard run, 2-yard pass. And so New Orleans has cut the lead to 14-6. And that's all the algebra that goes with it. So Morton Anderson has a 97% chance of making this. On its way, good. What do you roll? It rolled a 28. So Morton Anderson makes it 14-7. So good drive by the Saints, and because Ron can't call defense. DuBose and Taylor. Taylor at the 6. There's an opening. He gets through it. But he fumbles the ball at the 26. Are you kidding? As he's being brought down. Who's football? Brent Maxey falls on it for the Saints. And I'm on defense. So, standard man-to-man. Double their best receiver in Martin. Medium out to Martin. And Eric Wright. Good coverage, no flag. Now, I'm going to go to this here, and it's the bottom line there I want you to read. A couple things. He wasn't hurried. He wasn't going to be sacked, but you can see the defense there. So my interception thing, Hebert's rating is a 97.2. -1 because of the defense. -1 because of the double coverage. -1 because it was a medium length pass. And plus 0.02 because there's no wind, we're indoors. So that turns into a 95. Okay? The pass number was a 51. It wasn't going to be interception. Now the completion, how the computer figured that out. The base for that was 45. You take off 4 for the defense. You take off 10 more because double coverage, and I had a starred cornerback there. I think Ronnie Lott or Eric Wright. But I'm going to add 3 because there's no wind. And so my completion percentage went from 45 to 34. So that's the effects of playing the right defense. So 2nd and 10. 2 setbacks. Tice the tight end. All-purpose watching for James. Or Mays. Hebert will throw. Of course he will. Not a good number. Clark on a quick toss. That should be complete because it's a 70. He has it at the 24. He's going to waltz down the frickin' sideline and score. So a 26-yarder from Abear to Clark. And because I played the wrong defense, the completion roll was a 5. Which meant on a short pass, it was a 25.5-yard completion. 'Tis wonderful. And I don't know what those numbers in red mean. Tie game. That was great. Throw the pieces. Second verse. Let's not fumble this one, gang, shall we? Headed for the sidelines. Taylor picks it up at the 8. Before it goes, should have let it go out of bounds. He's got an opening here. Taylor cuts right. He's forced out at the 25. Okay, 6 one way, half dozen the other. So Rice will have to come out at some point. I haven't used Craig for a run. And Rathman's good. So everybody's good. First down, I'm going to give it to Taylor. Craig. New Orleans is watching for that. And that's going to be bad. He got nothing. He was a 9. That was the last number in that 4-number set. And that's a stuff. So 2nd and 10 from the San Francisco 25. 12 minutes to go. Now. Screen pass to Roger Craig. Expecting to get the run. I'm going to throw it. And that's... John Dumball knocked that one away. I had an 89% chance of completing it and I rolled a 92. Great. Isn't that special? So 3rd down and 10. Rathman will come out. I'm going to go 3 wide. Medium pass to Mike Wilson. New Orleans plays a nickel and a stone. So that'll be complete to Wilson. Passes a little low, but he's got it. At the 34. Can he get any right? He should get a yard there. Antonio Gibson with a good recovery. It's a 9-yard gain. Are you kidding me? So my completion percentage was a 53. I rolled a 26. Now, that line number there, minus is what you want. You want to see minuses there because it's better. So the higher the number, the lower the yardage is going to be. And so New Orleans started with an 8, and it went to a 9 because they went to a 2 defensive back zone. And then they added another because they played a zone. So an 8 turned into a 10. Completion percentage-wise, the base was 58, minus 4 for the zone, and minus 4 for the nickel, and then you added 3 because of the wind or no wind, and it went from 57 to 33. 4th and 1 from my 34. Barry Helton. Now, I can max protect if I think they're going to rush. That's what max P is for. Safe. DG. Delay a game. I don't want that. And a safety, which means that if I was like at my 5 and I needed to run out some time, I can call for the snap to go over the head and take the 2 points. I can also fake the punt. I'm not going to. Helton. Long and high. New Orleans lets it roll. And it blows dead at the 14, so no return. 52-yard punt. We'll take that. All right. All purpose. I show blitz, but I'm just playing standard. Abear. Oh, I like that. 90's good. But he might catch that. Sam Kennedy reaches around and tips the pass away. 2nd and 10. All right, now. Standard zone. Did I read this already? Just going to play standard zone. Does it work? Flares to Hayward. Great. But not a grid receiving number. So, Ricky, don't lose that number. Ellison brings him out to 16, a gain of 2. So, sometimes you can call the right defense and get away with it. Napier had all day to throw that one if he needed to. 3rd down and 8. Okay. Standard zone. Or standard man-to-man. Nickel package. Ideally here, I want to cover the two best receivers at the medium pass. So Martin and Hill. Leaves Clark open. I'm going to take my chances. So I double it. Looking for Martin. He's got the 23. It was a good number. But Charles Haley is going to shut it down for 8 yards. They're going to measure. And it's not enough. 4th and 1. So I did everything right. The double coverage in the defense bumped that from line 10 to read on the completion to line 12. So I did what I could, but the pass was completed anyway. I'm going to play for the return here. 14-14, 9:32 to go, second quarter. Brian Hansen to punt to John Taylor at the 41 of San Francisco. 36-yard punt, no return. So I'm in pretty good field position. And I'm sitting here with Jerry Rice. Medium long's a 20-yard pass. 56 is my base percentage. New Orleans is going to blitz. The kitchen sink. Rice is running a corner route that won't be complete. They couldn't hurry him. Oh, flag on the play. This might be pass interference. Personal foul on the defense. If I read that right. Roughing the passer. So Montana says hello to the AstroTurf. 15-yard penalty. And I can accept or decline. Of course I'm going to accept. So 1st and 10 for the New Orleans 44. Medium short to Craig. New Orleans plays up tight. They double Rice. Going to try to sack Montana. Oh, does he get it? Craig is nailed after catching it and can't hold on for the completion. Completion percentage was 72. The roll was an 89. 2nd and 10 at the 44. Craig, they're going to run it here. New Orleans is playing neutral. They're double Rice. Craig on the run. It won't be a good run. It's a gain of 1. So they'll need 9 yards on 3rd down. Going to go a medium pass to Mike Wilson. Saints play bump and run. New Orleans blitz. They double Rice. So I've got the right receiver here. But that percentage number is terrible. And that will be broken up by Dave Weimer. And it's 3 and out. From the 43. Too far for a field goal. Let's see if Helton can drop this inside the 10. It rolls dead at the 8. So New Orleans sets up on their own 8. I'm going to play for the run. I'm going to key Hayward. 1st and 10. Rivers to Hayward. Oh, and he gets it to you. So I stuffed him. So not only did I key, because I played the right defense, I moved it down to line 22, and it was a 2-yard loss. Now, 3 wide receiver set. I'm going to watch for Mays out of the backfield. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is big. Perryman got the medium long. Won't be a great yak. It's still a 20-yard catch. Perryman was nailed. But it'll be okay. There's a 39% chance of completing that pass, and he rolled a 3. So, again, I'm not very good at this. All-purpose, Aber to throw again. Depends. Quick toss to Perryman, who's now out of catches. He's got the 24. They're not going to get much. Ronnie Lott with the tackle at the 30, and that's a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6. So again, a 3 wide receiver set. I'm going to double Perryman. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. Run by Hilliard. Ugh. A 7 just means that Hilliard's in the secondary. It's a gain of 12. I've been fired as a defensive coordinator for San Francisco. All right, let's do a blitz. A defensive back blitz. This defense is similar to blitzing a linebacker as the defense is attempting to pressure the quarterback. The major difference is that the defense is more likely to yield a big gain on the longer passes, since the defensive back generally guards the deeper zones, but is blitzing instead. This effect can be reduced by playing the standard coverage, but that makes this defense more vulnerable to shorter passes and blitzing with a tight coverage. No keys or double coverage are allowed unless the defense has an extra back. I could do that. I don't want to do it. I'm going to play tight. 1st and 10 from the 42. Jeff Fuller will blitz. I went to school with him. Dalton Hilliard on a run. Hilliard is tackling on the sideline. Kevin Fagan for a 1 yard. So, neutral on the run, essentially. 5 minutes to go. 2nd 9 from the 43. Don't want to run. Now, Perriman and Hayward are out of passes. And if I double them or key on them, it shuts them down even more. They ran out on 1st down. I'm going to double Perriman. If you want to throw it to Hill, be my guest. But I want to shut down Perriman. It's a run to Hilliard, and it's a bad run. Dwayne Board gets great penetration and brings him down for a loss of a yard. So 3rd down and 10. Now a soft man-to-man. Defense is expecting a pass for the lineman attempting to rush the passer, and the linebackers and defense are in pass and the defensive backs are in pass coverage. The DBs are playing quite far off the line of scrimmage. This makes them more vulnerable to short and medium passes, but provides more protection for the longer passes. Because I'm playing man-to-man, I can double 2 here. Now, who do I want to double? I look at my best mediums, Hill and Martin. Maybe I doubled it, medium pass to Hill, and he got it at the 44. I called the right defense, and he's held to a gain of 14, and I'll show you why. Crap. All right. Don't worry about the hurrying interception to completion. So he had a 60% chance to complete that medium pass. I doubled for -4, but because there's no wind, it really is a -1. And so it really didn't matter. So New Orleans needed a 1 to 59. They rolled to 52. Now I was able to shorten the reception length because of the double coverage. It went from 8 to 9, but it didn't matter. We got however many yards he needed to get. So do I call timeout? The 3:36 if I don't call it? No. I won't call one. New Orleans won't call one. Under 4 minutes to go, the clock watch comes on. And now there's a couple things that will change if I get the football back. So Lonzel Hill is out of receptions and Robert Clark is out of receptions. Standard zone. And I'm going to aim towards the sidelines. I want New Orleans to work the middle of the field. I don't want them to get out of bounds. There's a flag on the play. False start offense. So 1st and 15. Linebacker blitz. I just want a blitz. Charles Haley. Hand off to Hilliard. Gets towards the sidelines. And it's a gain of 5. Stays in bounds. I'm not going to call a timeout. New Orleans will not call a timeout. 2nd and 10. Safety blitz. Hebert doesn't like what he sees. He calls a timeout. So New Orleans will have 2 left. Oh, I can change it. There's an inside run defense and an outside run defense. Because when the clock watch is on, you can go with an inside run or an outside run. Basically, you want to keep the clock going, or do you want to run and have a higher chance of getting the ball out of bounds? Outside run defense. The defense is expecting an outside run. If the offense calls for an outside run, the defense is more effective than a run defense. But if the offense calls an inside run, yeah, it's pretty opposite. To Hilliard. We're going to key Hilliard and watch for the outside run. For Jordan on a medium pass. That's complete. It's a 38 because Ron can't call defense. Oh, no. 4 is a good number for New Orleans. 30, 20. He's pushed out of bounds by Fuller at the 16. Don't push him out of bounds. 28 yards. 1st and 10. Gracious sakes, Marie. So if you want to learn how to call defense in this game, don't do what I'm doing. It's 1st and 10 from the 16. All-purpose. And I'm watching Hayward for the pass. I want to try to shut that down if I can. Run to Ruben Mays. Outside. He gets no gain, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning. And it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers set. I don't want to play a zone down here, do I? Bump and run. And I'm not going to double anybody. So this should work against medium, short, and short. He's looking down for Lonzel Hill. Hebert is nailed, and that will be incomplete. So I had a 42% chance of completing that, and he rolled a 64, so we'll do that. So 3rd down and 10 from the 16. Standard. Nickelback. That'll be complete. Saints set up a screen. Martin will get it. Now, what's the completion percentage? 4 yards behind the line, and that won't get very far. He stumbles after making the catch. Picks up 4 yards, so it's at the 12, and I'm not calling timeout. So Morton Anderson with a chip shot. Kick is on its way, and it is hits the crossbar, doink. And good. So it was a 1-93, and he rolled a 12. All right, I got 2 timeouts. And I'm trailing 17-14. Dubose at the 3. That's 21, so we start at the 24 with 1:10 to go. So now there are some options. I can go a hurry up. That's what HU stands for. It's not my high school. Which means that there's no huddle. Super hurry up means that there's really no huddle. And SD is slow down. So if I really want to go to the half down by 3, I can do that. I'm going to go with a hurry up. So I can run inside or outside. I'm going to take Craig out. I'm going to run 3 wide receivers. Run Hellier's my tight end. Medium short to Rathman. Let's see if they give me the middle of the field. Yeah, they do. It's 2 deep zone, so I should be able to go short to Rathman. Throw a horrible number, and that is tipped. That may be complete because of the defense. Nope. Second down. 1:03. Medium pass to Taylor. So my base number is 1-59. New Orleans is playing tight. Kitchen sink blitz. Montana rolls a 4. Okay. So Taylor will get this pass at the 32. Second number. He's going to run downfield. 40. Over midfield. Inside at the 40. I'm not sure he's going to, before he's knocked out of bounds. Don't even need to use a timeout. A good gain of 40 yards. And so let me explain that one for you. So it'll be 1st and 10, 51 seconds to go on the New Orleans 36. Okay, so because they blitzed those other dice, so that second dice needed to be a 6 to hurry. So Montana was not hurried, so he couldn't be sacked. The interception rating for Montana starts at 100. -1 for the defense, because they played whatever it was that they played. And so 99. So I could have thrown an interception. The completion percentage for the play started at a 55. -4 because New Orleans was playing the right defense, but +3 because of the win. So I had to roll to a 1 to 55. I rolled a 4. So the line was -3, was line 3, -1 because I caught them with the wrong defense, and then +1 because I went out of bounds. And so a 3 on that chart was a 40-plus yard reception. It worked. It worked. Oops. Show the table, Ron. It worked. That's what that yellow thing is. 1st and 10 from the 36. Rathman on a medium short pass. Saints blitz. Montana looks for Rathman. That should be complete. Rathman has it at the 30, but won't get much more than that. Sam Mills, 13-yard gain, so it's at the 23. 30 seconds left without a timeout. Timeout San Francisco. Going to go for the end zone. Medium long pass to Rice. Base is 56% here for completion. New Orleans keys on Rathman and doubles Rice. This is not good. Let's see what the roll is. 52. Well, it won't be an interception. Montana doubled around. He looks for somebody else. He's going to find Ron Heller. Complete to Heller. And a 10. This might be a score. Oh, Gibson hauls him down at the 6. So it's a 17-yard gain. And so I will call. Oh, I'm down to my last timeout. So 11. So timeout with 30 seconds to go. But the ball's on the 6. Craig will come in. Craig on a medium short. New Orleans playing tight. They double Jerry Rice. This is not a flag. It's a touchdown. Craig. Yeah, that should be 6. It is. It is. Oh, there's a flag down. A late flag. They're arguing this one. Personal foul. Defense. Montana got roughed. And the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. So Montana 10 for 15 for 143. And Kofor's extra point is good. That's a terrible picture of Kofor. Green hair. So we'll do the kick here. Mel Gray, Dalton Hilliard. Kick is long and high. And it rolls through the end zone for a touchback. And we're just going to take a knee. Oh, we can't. I'll play all-purpose. I forgot I wasn't playing both of y'all. Yeah, Haber takes a knee. That makes it 2nd and 11, and that is the end of the first half. So, what I'm going to do is just play the game out. The computer's going to play it out to the end. I showed you what I wanted to show you. Well, autoplay, and the final score was 33-31. Isn't that interesting? Nabear, the player of the game, 331 yards, 3 touchdowns, and all that. Offensive explosion. Craig ran for 51, Abear and Martin. So, all right. Just take a shot every time I say, all right. You don't need to play with the open engine or the dice rolls and all that. But it goes to show, I think, I always play with the open engine because I want to know, even if I call the right play and it doesn't go well, or if I completely bung it all up, how it worked. I think that's just kind of the whole part of playing cards and dice sports, is that you want to see where the results come from. But it is perfectly enjoyable if you don't do that. So don't let the basic play calling fool you off for that. This is a very complex game, and it shows you how it arrives at results. You can't roll your own dice in this game. As I said in the beginning of this, if this game desperately needs some sort of refresh, and hopefully at that point that you can, but there's so many dice rolls involved and charts and tables that you might not want to do it, but you can at least see what is there, and hopefully you can call a better defense than I did, because that wasn't very good. So that's the basics of playing 2nd and 10 once you get in the game. There are a ton of options. At some point we can do an options video, but I just wanted to give you a sense of how the game is played and how the AI and how the game works in the background. So hopefully you liked it. This went long enough. I'm Ron Juckett. Might do some more with 2nd and 10 at some point. But for now, I'll talk to you the next time. Good night.